Hi there. Today is the C Handshape. So there's more signs than some of the other ones, but a lot is used for the C Handshape. So we'll start out with force. Then one of my favorites, chocolate. I love chocolate. Then another sign that's close to that is church. Now, church is on the rock, right? Here's my rock, and church is on the rock. Now, why chocolate is like that, I don't know, but vanilla is the same with a V. But anyway, C Handshape, and we have force. Then we have, like in political parties, for conservative, it's the C Handshape, and you shake it to your right. Now, if you were left-handed, you would be doing, conservative and liberal. But because the conservative's on the right and the liberal's on the left, anyway, so conservative. Chicago. And it just goes down. There's not a specific little wave, but, it's fairly easy. Christmas. Now I'm going to use my left arm as my base, and then with my C Handshape, it's actually drawing the wreath. Christmas. Now wreath is this way, but specifically Christmas. Also for Christmas is Santa Claus, but and it's the beard, Santa. So I use that for Santa, but some people just do it for Christmas in general. Also, in the same vein, if you're just talking about a beard, it would be with this beard. You can have different shape of the beard, but we're talking about the C Handshape, so it would be beard. Strange or odd, weird. You're talking about that thing that happened? Oh, that's weird. That's strange. To examine, to search. Man, I've just been looking for that thing. It's also for an examination. When you go to the doctor, I have my physical examination. For cousin, now everything on here is male, so it'd be a male cousin, and everything down here is female, a female cousin. And why that is, you may ask, is because when they started sign language in America, the women were wearing the bonnets where they tied the bow at the bottom of, underneath their chin, and the men wore the hats, the different caps. So this is for boy. It can also be for a male because it's the cap that they're wearing. So anything on this is male and this is female. So cousin, a male cousin, you're talking about a male cousin. Or they say, oh, my cousin, it's a female cousin. The next one, computer. You can do computer different ways. I've seen it different ways. I've seen computer, and the old-fashioned computer, those old reels. I don't see that anymore. I see more laptop, but I do computer still a lot. I don't do computer very often. I usually do it just like this. And it's better to know the signs but only basically use one, because then you get confused and confuse the other people that you're working with. You're going, wait a minute, you used computer this time. Why, is this calculus? Which is what I use for calculus. Sun. And I just kind of maybe make it big, and then the sun rays, right? And the moon is I use a smaller C Handshape. Same thing with police. You can do police or police. And it's their badge. Some people kind of remember it with the C, like for cop. But you could, whatever memory helps you. Someone who's a genius, not just smart or intelligent, but they have so much knowledge, or, they're just super smart. They're a genius. And I use two hands. You could do it with one hand. But I think this emphasizes how much knowledge that's in their brain, how big their brain is. Concept. We're discussing about concepts. Also for cognitive, I use that a lot in educational interpreting. So I use the C Handshape to the back of the base of my head. So concept. I mean, you know, a cognitive concept comes from the brain when you're thinking, the frontal lobe, and a cognitive comes from the back. To drink any type of beverage. Now, most of the time, this is not an alcoholic beverage. They're done differently. Remember, we did beer with our B Handshape. There's a sign for wine. There's a sign for alcohol. This small C Handshape is an alcoholic drink. But just if you're asking someone if they want to drink, because they could specify tea or Coke or whatnot. But that's to drink. Cafeteria, also brushes. Remember we did napkin because you're wiping your mouth. Cafeteria, restaurant, it's that same concept. Got to use that sign right. And then to, like, if you're choking or gagging, not coughing, but you're right. I mean, you know, something stuck in my throat, or the water went down my, you know, the wrong pipe, and you're like, you're really gagging, right? Now, to cough would be this, but see, that's not a C Handshape. Some people might do that, but I don't. I see everyone do an S Handshape for a regular cough, but this is if you're choking or gagging. Also, in that same area with the C Handshape is Marines, but instead of this is choking or gagging, it's like this. Like this. So people get confused when they're first learning, and they're going, he's a Marine because he's got, you know, because it's got that big collar. And they're going, he's choking. So you have to kind of remember that, you know, where your hand, the palm orientation is. Giraffe, because it's the long neck, right? You can even put your head as a giraffe. Oh, I saw them at the zoo. If you're hungry, oh, do you have an appetite? Oh, their appetite is low. They've been sick. Or, oh, man, I'm hungry now. I'm starving. And you can do it with all those facial expressions, too. Character. Remember we did, with our A Handshape, we did attitude. You can also do character. Charisma, right? Or I think what the new little slang is, Riz. Anyway, character as well. Characteristics. You could do it with your hand here, but it's basically here. So it doesn't matter if you have your hand up here or here. It's the same, as long as it's in the same area, and everything else is the same. So character, characteristics, then you would list them. Charisma, Congress. Remember we did board and we did member. Now we're doing Congress. Committee. If I'm specifying that, then I do committee. C-E. But Congress. And the Senate, of course, would be an S Handshape, and we'll get to that later. To complain or have a complaint. Remember, everything's a C Handshape. And it's here where emotions are. Christ. And so you have your C Handshape here, and you go down as if they're wearing a sash, like royalty. Christ. If you are on Social Security, retirement, some type of pension, it starts with a C, and then it goes down. So it takes a lot of effort. I usually probably end up getting more relaxed and doing this, but you could do that. In the same vein, for milk, you start out with a C Handshape, and then you squeeze it because you're milking the cow. That's how it started, but everything kind of goes to one-handed, right? But it starts out with a C Handshape. Orange is same Handshape, and you squeezing it. So this is not only the fruit, but it's also the color. To guess, to guesstimate, to estimate, any of that time, because it's like, oh, I've got this thing in my hand and I'm grasping for it. That's really what that is to guess. You're grasping for it. Age. And it has connotation to a beard, but that's any age. Like, oh, my daughter, she's 10. But if they're an elderly person, you start out here and go down, because like they're shaky, they're old. So you know it's an elderly person, not a young person. If you're just saying, oh, your son, how old is he now? Oh, he's 5. So old or elderly. That's how I distinguish it. And then we're finished with the Z hand shape. There's so many, and they're a lot of fun. And so every afternoon I have my chocolate. Because I love that for my dessert, and we'll be talking about that next time with the D hand shape. I will see you later. Bye.